Hello everybody and welcome back to Broden Plays Torment. Let's see what comes of this. The Order of Truth, are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. What's the Order of Truth? Knowledge Seekers. The learned who try to wrest secrets from the hearts of the prior worlds. They gather in the city to exchange their findings and help humanity to build a brighter future. She smiles brightly. Our friend Alagern here was once one of them. Frauds. Quackslavers, quacksalvers, and charlatans. They don't have all the answers, and I not trust them with the changing god secrets. You're just angry that they couldn't help you with yours. Her echoes tinkle. Tinkle laughter, huh? But I am being too cruel, dear Alagern. Let us take our new friend to the Order. What's the cult of the changing god? Despite what she says, they're not insane. They're eccentrics. She laughs, but he soldiers on. They're worshippers of, well, of you and your sire. The changing gods, they devote their lives to understanding your kind. Of course. Once I provide an introduction to the priests, we'll have your chamber fixed in no time. You'll end up without your clothes and broken in a ditch while she laughs it off as a good experiment. It'll probably be best I'll come with you as well. Suspicious as always, Alagern. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it is full of dangers. Rest assured, one of us will get you safely to where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. A sunny smile crosses her face. I shudder to think what Alagern might do to the child. Alright. I want to actually go to the other place because I've scanned the thoughts. You've gained your first companions. They will follow the last cast off and can be controlled during a crisis. You can speak to them about their pasts and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities, and depending on the choices you make, they may not follow you forever. You will find more companions who can join you as you travel through the ninth world. The ninth world? Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. You may find items, equipment, or more to assist you. When you are ready, you can leave the broken dome using the stairs to the northeast.
You got it.
Shin? Shins are usually metal, but can be made of glass, plastic, or substances that have no name. Some are jagged bits of interesting material or small coin-like objects, such as highly decorative buttons from a machine, while others are properly minted and stamped with writing and images. And encephalic rush heals 3 points of intellect. Fleetfoot moss heals 3 points of speed. And we'll take them all.
In this world, then.
What's this? Tiny glowing moats float through the interior of this tower, each one surrounded by much smaller moats, like thousands of worlds swirling in their suns. Interact with this. Mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken during your fall. Sparks pour from the arm shadowing housing, filling the air with a greasy stench. Attempt to scavenge what you can from the arm's housing. If you select a companion's portrait in the effort window, they can assist the last cast-off with some challenges. Your companion's stat pools are used instead of your own, and they may have different skills, abilities, and statistics that make the challenge easier. Companions cannot assist in a crisis. They can only use their stats during their turn. Okay. Taking care to avoid the sparks, you extract several handfuls of shiny trinkets and coin-like objects. You recognize their value at once. Such objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most regions of the world. So you gather them up and take them with you. Let's, oh, we got a spray fish. Those 8 points of health. Let's examine the housing. Okay, let's leave the device alone. And let's interact with this thing. Sunlight falls through the ragged hole in the roof onto the shadowed resonance chamber. It is hard to believe that you did this, that you plummeted through the curve of the pale blue sky, crashed through the dome, and broke this delicate machine with your own body. It is hard to believe that you are still alive. 4 mechanical arms hang over the center of the device. Above the cracked, semi-transparent crystal of the sarcophagus, the 5th arm lies broken on the floor among the scattered synth and crystal shards, and the metal ring surrounds the array, dented and broken by your impact crater. Take a closer look. The padded interior beneath the coffin's cracked lid looks like it was made for a human body. Despite the damage, you don't see any way to open it and get inside. You glance between the sarcophagus and the needle-like protrusions at the end of the arms above. It seems likely that using this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. Alright. Cables run from machines along the dome's walls to the base of the suspended arms, each of which is capped with long needles aimed at the cracked, coffin-like chamber at the center of the platform. Gem-like lights flicker dimly at the base of the arms. You feel the slightest hint of resistance every time you cross the ring, and now that you're paying attention, you note that your breath is echoing in your ears, as though you were inside a glass dome. When you step outside the ring, the feeling passes. Examine the shards on the ground. Jagged fragments of crystal are intermingled with synth from the shattered dome above. The crystal shards glittered in the light, like captive suns. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. Can we talk? Let's talk to you.
We should not tarry in this chamber long. No doubt others saw your dramatic entrance as well.
Your voice is terrible. But, okay. The gold tide represents charity, sacrifice, and empathy. It is a tide of people whose primary goal is to help others, especially at a cost to themselves. Ooh. I have a blue tide. I don't know what that means.
I need to talk to you.
Oh, you do, huh?
This is the Reef of Fallen Worlds, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times. And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here as soon as possible.
Why are you looking at me when you said that? I wasn't, he growls. Don't be so paranoid. When she isn't looking, he raises his eyebrows at you knowingly. The Numenera of the past are always dangerous. There are other dangers too, some closer than others. I hate to think what Telestage might do to her if I weren't here. Are they both saying that? Parasite, disguised as a scholar. Don't be surprised if she betrays you before the day is done. Actually, that would be slow for her. Can you tell me about your tattoos? They look almost alive. These? They're nothing. Call them a consolation, if you must. Some call them by worse names, but that's because they've had occasion to run afoul of these little snakes. My gift and curse, they remind me of it every day. What about Numenera? You want me to tell you? The Numenera are all around you. Everything left over from the prior worlds. Sage's Cliffs thrives by trading artifacts from ancient civilizations. Hells, you can't scoop a handful of earth without finding drit from prior worlds mixed with it. Numenera is anything from prior worlds, but mostly we mean stuff of value to us. A lot of the Numenera are just oddities, fancy trinkets, with little real use, but sometimes you'll get a cipher that lets you do something incredible. Artifacts are worth even more. A cipher will only do something once, but artifacts last a lot longer. Though they can burn out at most inconvenient times, he frowns. Not that it's ever happened to me. Of course, we've got no idea what most of this junk was originally intended for. In most cases, it doesn't really matter. I like what you might find what used to be a propulsion unit or star chariot, but who the hell knows enough to build you the rest of it? Better to use it as a weapon or a power source. I bet we can remake the world if we knew a tenth of the secrets of the ancients, but most days it's a challenge just to survive. What's your story? Ask me again when we get out of here. Alright. What do you think we should do next? You want to fix that crystal chamber back there, yeah? First step is getting out of this reef. Keep going.
Watch your steps, child. This is not a place to walk lightly. There are dangers in the reef, both old and new.
Kind of dangers. She's basically saying the same thing. An astute question, my dear. The most likely answer is that your sire discovered something he could repurpose for his own designs. If you can seal a dome as well as he did, the reef is as good a place as any for experimentation. That's your story. Now's not the time. Of course not. What do you think of this guy? He's useful. At least he was once. If that pompous lack nibber, forgive my language, dear, finds one more fault with me, I expect my sisters will murder him in several realities. There goes one now. What? They are me. We are a part of each other, sisters across infinite realities. We share our experiences and power. What's that old saying? That experience brings wisdom? I must be the wisest person in Sagas Cliffs. The wisest across countless worlds. Okay.
Yes.
What is this? Two floating cones whirl and spin deliriously around each other, giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells of sweet burning leaves. Touch a cone as it passes. You manage to graze one of them with your tip of finger. Roar, a voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but it is not the one you recognize. It's black and in a pearl-white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils at your ankle, and the hot wind on your face smells of scorched hair and grief. Your vision returns. The cone hangs motionless for only a second before resuming their giggling and dance. Where are you? Oh, okay, so they have heard me. Watch them for patterns. The longer you stare at these artifacts, the more you're convinced that they turn faster when their spiraling paths cross each other. Their edges seem to trace faint glowing lines that twine around each other, resembling a rope fastened to some invisible point beyond this time and place. Alright. See if we can pick up some stuff here. Hey look, some Shin. Heals speed and heals might. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Let's get it. A bubbling mass of sludge floats on the surface of the water. Every once in a while, an oily nodule separates from it and hurtles into the sky. You catch momentary glimpses of a muck-coated object in the huge mass. What if they treated the object? You fully depleted one of your stat pools. Oh, great. Okay. Two things on top of one another. You found a cipher. Ciphers are Numenera objects that can trigger a powerful effect, but can only be used once. Ciphers and your cipher limit score are displayed in a special section of the inventory screen. Take care not to accumulate more ciphers than your cipher limit, or you will experience unpleasant side effects. Right? You fully depleted one of your stat pools. To recover your stat pools, you can find a place to sleep or use consumable items and ciphers. Heals 10 points of intellect and confers fresh vapors plus 1 intellect edge. Alright. Cool. Examine the sludge. Search for more objects. Wait for more treasures to surface. Wait for more treasure to surface. Wait for more treasures to surface. Ah, yeah! At last, your patience is rewarded when an unusual object bubbles to the surface. Before it can sink out of sight again, you snatch it up. Arbiter globe! Biatch! You found a veritable Filth-stained trove. Well done, dear. Yes. Yes, I did. And it was amazing! Ooh, let's leave this. Gin, horse, and a brush. Take all of it.
I'm
and
ready.
We'll interact with this. This metal door is thick, heavy, and unmarked by time. Double rows of circular bumps run horizontally and vertically across its surface. It is firmly sealed. Examine the door more carefully. The metal surface is infused with minuscule threads that are barely visible to the human eye. They only run in straight lines and right angles, and they seem to converge at the circular bumps. Upon closer inspection, you notice that each of the bumps is unique. Some have flat faces, others are actually many-sided polygons, and a few are marked by tiny apertures. Unfortunately, you don't see anything that resembles a knob, keyhole, or access device. You try touching both the flat panes of the door and the small bumps, but nothing happens. Knock on the door. You knock lightly at first, then harder. The door makes no sound at all, nor does it shudder or yield. There's no one home, dear. Hasn't been for thousands of years. She peers at the door. One of my colleagues at the Order claimed that she got inside, but I don't believe her. So let's examine it one more time. Alright, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything there for us right now. Should we examine this? This device is collecting black goop from somewhere underwater. Cable connects this spout to the collection device. And the strange lines and rippling forms of the token device stuff. Alright. What's this do?
Go.
A tangled cluster of metallic tendrils grows from the depths of the nearby water. Strangely, they resemble clawed alien hands, most of which have 7 or 8 fingers. Break off one of the hands, man. Let's use you. You grip the hand nearest to you and snap it from its roots. Stepping back, you give it a couple experimental swings. Good balance. It might make a decent weapon. 8-fingered mace. Nice. 3 chemical damage? Oh man, I'm all about that. +2 damage per effort applied, maximum +6. Cool. Alright. You aren't happy unless you're breaking things, are you? Let's examine it. The hands sway softly, but their movements are difficult to follow. Watching them for too long makes you feel nauseous. Apart from the hands themselves, you don't notice anything of interest.
I'm going.
A matte black obelisk floats in the midair above the water. It has sharp, curved sides that converge to a glowing tip that brightens or dims with the passing of the bay's faint breezes. Lean out and touch it. You raise your hand toward the obelisk. Dull green light wells from within the black stone, fixed on you like a furious eye. I knew someone who did what you're about to do. Aeon Priest. A beam came out the top of the thing and ripped his face off. Made a fancy nightlight out of his crystal necklace, though. But hey, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Oh, hush. At least that poor priest died in service of his curiosity rather than stumbling about the coast complaining and feeling sorry for himself. Go ahead if you must, but do be careful. Let's do it! Once again, a dull, malevolent light blooms from the obelisk as you extend your hands towards it. Yank your hand away from the obelisk. Oh, okay. I'm going to fail this, I imagine. Yep. You snatch your hand away as quickly as you can, but it's too late. An emerald beam lashes from the obelisk's tip and strikes your chest. What follows is not pleasant, but mercifully brief. Huh! When the light fades, you are utterly gone, burnt to an ash, too fine to be seen amidst the drit of the nymph world. For a time, your tale lingers as a lesson in foolhardiness, but alas, even among the reckless, you prove unremarkable. Well, that was unexpected. I liked it though. Made me happy. I actually think this is a perfect time to end this episode. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, click the like button. It helps out a great deal, and I will see you next time.